Now, and hey, T. Things are going good this afternoon. Just chilling out, relaxing, stuff like that. You know how it goes. But hopefully you're having a decent day today. As you can see, we are working on the new font, Velline. And hopefully it should prove to be a decent time. So we shall see. Oh, sure, you can complain. Everybody can complain. Now, whether there's a justification to or not is a different story. Ready for the weekend? $65. Get back to it. So, do you think on our suggestion from yesterday? I really think you should do it. Is the means of production. Well, looking into it and actually giving it a whack are two different things. And like I said, I can put you in touch with some of the indie folks. And I think they would love the idea of that. Yeah, there we go. But other than that, what's new with you, man? Not building a streaming empire or anything like that? And I've been raising a lot too much on that lately. Not happy with a lot of people. Okay.
It's not going down. Okay, what's it? Jeez.
I don't know, just it feels lately, at least to me, like a lot has changed in the streaming world for the more negative, and not too thrilled about it. And some people clearly want, to succeed and want others to succeed. Some people just have that, me at all costs mindset, and I'm just tired of it. Yeah. YouTube as well. YouTube also has a hand in this. It's just I'm just not happy about this. For me to succeed, you must fail. Like, you missed a major conversation that me, Mem, Corey, and Gray had last night. We were talking about this exact subject. It's, these people come here, expecting that kind of shit, demanding the site do all these things. It's like they don't want to adjust to the culture. They want the site to adjust to their culture. It's like, no.
It's in some ways human nature, because that happened on the Fediverse after basically a lot of people were throwing a tantrum because Elon Musk had just bought Twitter, and it was a tantrum. Let's not mince words here. And they went over to the Fediverse, but the problem is that they were so ingrained into Twitter culture that they came over to the Fediverse expecting the Fediverse to just bend to their whims and to make themselves more like Twitter. They didn't last long for obvious reasons. Because the Fediverse has its own culture that's been established for decades, actually. And for some ding-dongs, just because they're throwing a tantrum, come over to and expect to be catered to the way they were catered to back on Twitter, is just unrealistic and entitled. And it's the same kind of mentality here. Well, I don't like what Twitch is doing, so I'll come over here, but I want it to be exactly like Twitch so that, I can have exactly what I had back at this old thing. If you like old thing, then just stay with it and stay there. I'll be the first to say I don't want any of these people from Twitch if they're going to be like that.
Frankly, I don't want them here.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I mean. They seem to think that, that people have to bend over backwards to because, you're the ones who want us. And it's like, you're not that valuable. You are not valuable enough to change the entire culture of a site just to cater to you.
Oh, plus, as we were talking yesterday, we saw this shit happen at Glimish. We saw what happens when you have the site owners willing to appease. It's not pretty.
Fucking years old.
I mean, there's so much more that can be done with the site, but
doing this shit. Why are you not? Maybe that's what I did.
I don't know. It feels like a lot of people are getting fed up, but not enough people are getting fed up. If that makes sense.
It's not about getting drunk only. It's the only group with a very keen sense of how very, very short life is.
Why are you fucking not? Making no sense. Oh. Why is it? Oh god, what is wrong with this fucking thing?
I mean, do you have any ideas of how we can fix this mess? Is it a mess we even should worry about fixing? Just been talking about a whole bunch of people last few days about it.
Oh, it's because neither one of them was moving.
How do you figure your voice doesn't count? You're a member of this community. Your voice counts. In fact, I'd argue your voice counts a lot more than a lot of other people's do.
This program gets weird.
I just feel that, you know, if we don't take a stand, then either the people are going to win and this is going to turn into another Twitch Trovo kick clone, or worse, it'll end up like Glimish where they'll just shut down, and I don't want to see either happen.
Damn, what is wrong with you?
They're the coming thing.
I guess I'm doing this shit again then.
Nice kids. No trouble to anyone. Just a harmless evening smoking pot. And each one is sure he won't get hooked. They think there's still a future. But in a year, half of them will be on the hard stuff. And next year, 3 out of every 10 will be dead.
I don't know if ostriching is going to be the best answer. That's just me, though.
There we are. Now we're finally getting somewhere. Sorry. Like, dude, he was giving me a bitch fit. Oops.
Actually, just thought of something. Gotta check something there real quick.
Oh, good. Just want to settle down. Yay! Now I got to work in peace. Until she poops it out.
Why does this feel like it's like Tilter? That's why. Okay, it was kiltered. How the hell did that happen?
I forgot there were two things.
Okay, I'm glad they cleared that up. A second ago, I just got a mail from our trash company. Like, please don't put XXXXX or we will have to terminate your service. I'm like, when did we do that? They just sent out a clarification message. Just, oh, this is a reminder. We're not saying anybody's actually doing it. It's like, yeah, glad you pointed that out. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, but would you repeat that phrase?
Okay.
Excuse me, but would you repeat that phrase? You repeat that phrase. 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 You repeat
Using your mind, imagine our skin joined at the hip, joined from within. By using your eyes, you're freezing my frame. Watching our clothes burst into flames. Undress me now, you know how. Using your eyes now. Undress me now, you know how. Using your mind, using your mind. like nothing else. You and me, you're better than I wanna be. Don't think 'cause I understand. I care. Don't think 'cause I'm talking. We're friends on the ground. Watch this space. I'm open to falling from grace. Talk me down, safe and sound. Too strung up to sleep. Wear me out, scream and shout. Swear my time's never cheap. I pick my life like I bleed. Too much, I take whatever you're giving. Not enough. On the ground, watch this space.
Let's go with this.
I pick my life like I bleed. Too much, I take whatever you're giving. Not enough. On the ground, watch this space. I'm open to falling from grace.
Okay. So let's take care of that.
Coming on, not too badly. Almost got all the magic skills done. It's not thinking out loud. I've got almost all the capital letters done. Which is not bad for something that only had, let's see. Something that bad for something that only had 5 capital letters in the lettering. I think I did a good job. Guess we can tackle the last 2 straight ones, and then we can start working on the.
What?
I'm thinking. I'm talking to the.
Yes, I'm trying to organize this crap.
I know. I'm screaming.
It's a.
I'm strong. I'm strong in the Arten. In fact, it is time to hydro myself, so I will be right back. Gotta go grab some water real quick. I'll be right back. we're back. So the wife and I, during the break, real quick, we're talking about, just the retcons we find and how stupid some of them are lately. Like I was talking, for those of you who are familiar with Destiny,
What's that? You guys don't want me to come back? Okay.
there was this long contentious thing where Shax and Marasov had a one night stand with the
It was a
helmet.
very
The
obvious
helmet
thing.
stayed off. It was blatantly obvious. Now they're desperately trying to rewrite that as, oh no, that never happened. They were just reading poetry together, because this is obviously a common thing that happens. Over the, over Marasov's, dead lesbian lover. It's like, and the helmet stayed on. It's like,
Because-
why would that be a detail rather than the kink fest it would have been if they'd gotten it on? I don't understand that. I really don't.
Because bisexuals don't exist, don't you know?
That's the thing that just stuns me the most.
I know bisexuals exist, but bisexual means you start out straight and then you end up gay, right? No, it means that you sometimes that you can just. I think that's what they mean. They think it means you start out straight and end up gay. No, bisexual literally, and I've been on this rant before. I know bisexual means attracted to both genders. That is exactly what it says on the fucking tin. How do you keep not understanding that? Mara is bisexual. Her brother is bisexual. That means they like both. That means that if you're a man or a woman, you're fair game.
Actually,
It fucking means.
which is interesting because Crow is straight as the crow flies.
Well, Crow maybe, but Aldrin was clearly bisexual.
At the very least, Aldrin was bi-curious.
Yeah. Actually, Leonidas bi-curious. There was hints that Jolin was, whether or not they ever got together or not, he was clearly found them attractive. And I like that kind of nuance because that's actually how real life is, where sometimes if you're attracted to someone, you're not necessarily going to be having sex with them. You're just attracted to them. That's, like I said, that's real life. But they keep trying to turn it into bad Tumblr fan fiction. And that's what's really annoying to me more than really
Wait,
anything
it's not?
Yeah. Well, the dudes doing the writing and their Fujo girlfriends keep saying,
We know it's not the Fujo girlfriends anymore. It's somebody paid to do this.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have to worry about it. Oh. But yeah, it's just. It's just really fucking annoying.
Because they've come out since that they're absolutely proud of the work they've done with it.
Like, well, yes, it's basically like watching, what was the statement about, this is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how well you play, the pigeon's just going to, knock over the pieces, shit on the board, and strut around like it's won. That's basically what their quote-unquote writing is like. Why can't you fucking... But yeah, it's just... We didn't want you to come back anyway. Well, you sure seem to want my money. Well, your money, man. So that doesn't quite bear out. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I keep thinking, yeah, I kind of would like to get back into the story. And then this kind of reminds me, never mind. Don't worry about it. You're not missing shit. Well, you're missing shit, yes. I'm missing absolute garbage.
And the thing is they just don't seem to realize how stupid it sounds too. It's like, oh yeah, it was just, it was just them reading poetry. Then why do you need to mention that the helmet stayed on? If it was actually that, from a character who actually never fucking takes his helmet off unless, it's a funeral, so we already have one documented evidence, why do you need to mention that?
And it's like,
you are retconning shit.
If it was the reverse and they were trying to write the gay out, oh, they'd be screaming, throwing hissy fits. They would definitely be throwing hissy fits if somebody was trying to write the gay out of that. Wait, why is this?
It just seems like they're hell-bent on the only successful heterosexual relationships in Destiny being is if you're dead.
Pretty much.
Cade and his wife, who may or may not have existed. Notice how they wrote that that way.
Because boring heterosexual relationships are just not edgy enough. What's that? You're a shitty writer? Yeah, we knew that already.
I find it absolutely hilarious. It's like, somebody might be offended. It's like, look,
I don't think it's that they care about that. Unfortunately, these types of people are desperate to get their own rocks off, and that's what it centers around. It's kind of like there's the whole thing about demisexuality, as if that's not completely and utterly normal. It's like, demisexuality, you mean normal person? Well, no, all the people around me are constantly horny. Well, that's because they're perverts. See, if you're constantly chasing after getting your rocks off all the time, that just means you're a pervert. That's not normal. But yeah, only being attracted to having your sexual feelings tied to your emotional attachment, that is actually normal. That is what a normal person is. But they flipped it because it's just like we're living in an opposite clown world here, where being a pervert is quote unquote normal, and being normal is the special, need a special flag for. What? Actually, I don't know if there's even a flag for demisexuality, but either way. I know there's one for like ace of all things.
I'm just
and about 90% of the people who claim to be ace aren't ace. They're just like, they're either have some weird kind of kink or they're actually also normal and have been kind of sent to the back of the bus because they actually have a perfectly normal sexuality. But no, that's these people. They're perverts, and they have to write their pervert constant need to get their, to jack off to whatever they're reading. Like, everything has to be porn. Everything fucking has to be porn. Whether it's straight, gay, or whatever, they always just have to, be sticking their fingers up their holes and, constantly. It's like, maybe, I would say go to therapy, but a lot of times the therapists are just as perverted as they are, so it wouldn't do any good. But yeah, it's like you have what's called sex addiction. And unfortunately, if they're just like fans or whatever, being in pervy fan circles, that's fine. That's why they should have stayed, honestly, because then they can ignore it. You can do whatever you want. If you're a pervert, do your thing. But the minute they start trying to drag it out and put it into every single property I want to enjoy without that kind of shit, and then oh no, we can't have that. Everyone.
Not only that, but it tokenizes genuine representation.
Well, yeah. I don't care about that. Like I said, it's a lot of these girls have been like some of the really bad fujos basically fetishize gay men, and so now some of them are pretending to be gay men because, or at least claiming it, because then that way, that would mean I wouldn't, I would be fetishizing gay men, but now if I am one, then it's okay. No, you're still fetishizing gay men, and hey, that's fine. That's your kind of kink, but stop fucking dragging it into every single, stop trying to involve everyone else.
I don't know if you heard about the controversy regarding the new film Black Dog.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's a British film. Mm-hmm. It's about a guy who, or the actor, was previously playing. It was of East Indian descent. Always used to play comedic roles. Always. Well, apparently somewhere along the line, somebody said he denied this. Somebody said he was up for the role of 007 because they want to diversify. Both the Broccoli family who owns the rights, the Fleming estate, and him have all denied it. But everybody's like, why did you turn down 007? Why did you turn down 007? So I go, I don't want to be James Bond. I want to be the equivalent of.
Yeah.
And his point was changing a character's color just for the sake of tokenism, really doesn't do any good. Giving somebody an original view with their original mannerisms and original input and whatnot. Is that James Bond isn't suddenly going to go from white bread to I've always loved butter chicken and korma curry and shit like that. But no, that's never happened. Whereas Black Dog, who's also a government agent and pretty much the same thing, can actually say that because he's always authentically been. So I do like that take. Yep.
Very good take. And that's the thing. And people used to do that. I mean, because, there's a bit of an issue with the character. Well, I mean, not really an issue, but, it used to be with representation that people would just create their own stuff. And then created some, would end up creating beloved properties now. Because of that, because hey, I don't feel like I get represented enough here, so I'm going to create this so I get the kind of representation I want. in my own thing, and that's great because that way you're adding to the pool of stuff for people to watch. You're creating something new, and it's just that's always the way you should do things like this. Create more. Don't just stop. Don't just try to appropriate, because I guess that maybe that's what they're doing. Well, you need to appropriate. That's nice, but you still look like an idiot.
Well, okay, to use another example, and this is one that I think Americans can more understand. Danny O'Neill, black guy, created Icon. Icon is a Superman-like character. The difference is that his rocket ship crashed, him as a baby, on Earth during slavery. So he was raised as a black slave. Now, unlike Superman, he's immortal, so he's had to fake, dying and then being his descendant 3 times. By modern times, he's Augustus. I forget the character alter ego's last name. I think it's like Augustus Smith IV. So he's lived through 3 generations of racism, Jim Crow, civil rights, and all that. That gives a unique perspective on things. The character's pretty damn awesome, in my opinion. So when time came up for them to make a movie, let's make Superman black. Well, why don't we just do an Icon film? Who?
Well, it's just proof that the people who are
the character existed at that point for 30 years, and the executive's answer was who?
Well, it's just proof that they don't know anything about comics. They're not comics fans. They're just basically trying to, put their own spin on things or whatever. They're cashing in on crap. It's just not just an annoying, and they're not fooling anybody.
No. Apparently, the end result was that, just based on that, DC was like, "No, you're not going to use Superman for that. You can either use Icon or go away."
Well, that's another thing too about instead of taking a pre-existing property and just tokenizing it, you can actually have a character's perspective, unique perspective that comes from that. You really have talk about the black experience, the experience of having been an actual slave. Just turning Superman black isn't going to do that. But if you create a character who's immortal that was actually enslaved,
not only that, but here's the best part. Icon has, in the modern era, has a sidekick called Rocket. By this time, because he's lived 4 generations and whatnot, Augustus Smith is believed to be... No, it's Augustus Freeman. Sorry. Thank you. It's Augustus Freeman. He's on his quote. He's the quote Augustus Freeman IV. He's a wealthy black who's, at the time, is not a superhero. He runs into his eventual future sidekick, who points out, as a isolated black wealthy guy, he doesn't understand how modern ones are. And when he reveals to her everything, say, I lived through the civil rights, I marched with Martin Luther King, I was subject to racism, I was a slave. She understands all that, but you still don't understand what we're going through now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is a very interesting and unique take on it, and I like that.
Okay. And that's the kind of thing you could do with these when you have, when you're, it's something you can't do if all you do is just, copy paste, a different skin color on a pre-existing character. It just doesn't work. But if you create a new character, then you could do all sorts of things with it. Not just, I could do that with a pre-existing. I just have to rewrite their canon. Or, if you're going to do that, then why are you even using a pre-exist? Why are you using Superman? If you're going to rewrite the whole character anyway, just create your own thing. It's because people are risk averse. They're like, well, then people will give my stuff a chance unless I have like Superman slapped on it. Like, in other words, you're a coward chicken shit. You know, take a chance. If you really believe in your work, then you're going to do it. You're going to want to have your own property out there.
Oh yeah, the fact that
you know, this just tells me you're just lazy.
well, the fact that Danny O'Neill, who was a longtime editor and artist and writer over at DC, literally quit the company to found Milestone Media, so he could tell these stories. And DC liked it enough that they eventually worked, made a publishing deal with them, and I think down the line they ultimately bought the company. But the fact that he took that chance, and yet nowadays people are like, oh no.
I just want to have that. I basically want to write my own story, but I want to slap somebody else's property name on it so that people will read it. It's just like that means you don't have any faith in what you're writing, and a lot of them don't really, because a lot of them are writing just crap. They're not writing these icon characters anymore. They're just coming up with there was a comic about like how's your story coming? Oh, I have this, the left-handed lesbian Eskimo albino, blah blah. These particular characters, and listing all the ticky boxes and what kind of diversity, ticky boxes they could tick off, and then it's like, okay, but what about their personalities? Personalities. It's like, yeah, because you're writing all your little fanfic wish list ticky boxes rather than writing a story. And this is something I tried to tell this one particular artist about. Like, it was like, well, Earthsea, that they whitewashed the characters, which, yeah, stupid. But at the same time, it's like, well, what? Okay, so Ursula Le Guin was writing characters that were, had specialty skins, whatever. But how does that affect the story? Is that something that could be changed, or did you just write white liberal types with different skin colors? Because your guys' diversity is literally only skin deep. You're not writing characters that are not wealthy white liberals. So, are you writing conservatives? Are you writing black conservatives? Or libertarian, whatever. That I did think about, because we were talking about Star Trek Troopers, about the fact that them whitewashing characters looked really weird because they were very much Argentinians. They're Hispanics, so they all have a different mindsets, different culture, different just a different outlook, different experiences. They don't know them themselves, because Rico is from a wealthy family, but I think some of his friends were from closer to middle class.
Rico and his first girlfriend, the one who became the ship's captain in the movie, they were wealthy, but his second girlfriend, who ultimately bit the dust, she was from the poor barrios.
Yeah. So there you go, even amongst those cultures. So whitewashing them looked really weird. It just didn't work. But if you take like Ursula Le Guin's story and you whitewash them, really you don't notice any difference, because she's basically just writing white liberals. So, as much as it's like, she wrote that and she was really upset, it's like, well, then maybe you need to write characters that do have those different experiences than you, and then people will notice the differences. Because the way you write them, people don't notice the difference. You have to write diverse characters, not just for their skin color, not just for fancy boutique genders and sexualities. You need to write ones that have a different outlook. Oh, speaking of interesting, I was playing Stardew Valley Expanded, and the way they set up Andy, they it seems at first like he's, yeah, the typical, what you think of as the real redneck farmers, because we're doing fantasy farmers, but we're going to put a real one, and he's like, all he cares about is reading from the religious texts, and his house is a mess, and this, that, the other, and he's unlikable. And yeah, that's the typical. It seemed like they were looking down on actual, real life farmers. But as I played through, it turns out, no, it's just that, oh yeah, he's a JoJo loyalist, but that's only because, yeah, he's kind of been backed in that corner. But as you play the game, and as you get up his favorability, and you bring, you repair the community center and all this stuff, he definitely changes his tune. He cleans up the house, he's still as religious as ever, but, he opens up because he kind of assumed that you were just, some city kid that was just gonna, turn around and leave again as soon as it looked like, oh, this farming gig is too hard, so the land's going to go back to being developed, because he wanted to say, give the land to us and the other farmers here, and we'll actually develop the land because it's just going to crap. But his grandpa still holds the deed. But as you develop the land, you turn around, he changes his tune. He's like, you're actually been a blessing to the community. I'm glad you're here. So it's just like, wow, okay, that was surprisingly good. And that's the kind of writing, that too many stop at the kind of, oh, we're just going to make fun of these people we look down on, working class. Oh yeah, we're totally working class, but we look down on the working class because they're just not as educated as we are. It's like, and most of the time, some of those people that put on airs when it comes to the actual working class are much more ignorant. They like bragging about being, But yeah, it's just that kind of, unfortunately, a lot of the writing, I guess that's the only thing they can do is latch onto pre-existing, like Star Wars and whatnot. Yeah. Because, hell, their own writing is shit, and the only way they're going to get people to read their garbage is if it has a brand name slapped on it. Because, like I said, brand names. I know I've been on that rant before. I mean, it's just something that's been bothering me for quite a while. Shoot.
It just
I would love to see.
it's like I'm not bothered by like representation. It's like, and for fuck's sake, I wrote a story with a diverse cast. But I wrote the story with a diverse cast because it matched reality, not because I wanted yay.
Well, that's the problem. A lot of people are doing it because they want the goody points rather than that they're trying to create something realistic. That's why they're putting diversity in places that really doesn't belong. Because if you said something in a small village in Ireland in the 1600s, it's not going to be quote unquote diverse. Most of these villages are ethnostates. That's just the way it is. Likewise, if you take now in reverse, if you were to take like Japan during the isolationist period, you put a white person there, it's gonna definitely be what the actual fuck, because you're dealing with mostly people that are in Japanese, that's the way that it was at that time. So, an isolated village in Eastern Europe is not gonna have people from Africa there or people from India there. It's not going to happen. But they want to, and the thing is that they're, like, give it 100 years from now, people are going to like, this is the most unrealistic bullshit ever imaginable. But it's like, because at the time, some white writers were obsessed with the tokenism. I remember one game developer did set his game in Poland at a time. The cast didn't really was mostly Polish. Gosh, and then somebody threw him like a Wikipedia article about the Moors, and he said, "You do notice that the Moors didn't go anywhere near Poland, right?" If you're gonna try to use a wiki page, at least read the fucking wiki page. But more importantly, it's just bad writing because they think that just making different skin colors is enough, but they're all the same kind of exact same background and mindset as the one writing it. The characters all think alike. They all react the same way that the author does. So it's not even real diversity. It's just, as you point out, tokenism. Back to unfun crafting.
I wonder.
Goodness. Oop.
at the moment.
flocking to the sea. Crowds of people wait for me. Seagulls scavenge still ice cream. Worries vanish within my dream. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. Fishing boats sail past the shore. No singing, Mayday anymore. The sun is shining, the water's clear. Just you and I walk along the pier. I left my soul there, down by the sea. Lost control here, living free. I left my soul there, down by the sea. Lost control here, living free. A cool breeze flows behind the wasp. Some get stung, it's worth the cost. I'd love to stay. The city calls me home. More hassles, fuss, and lies on the phone. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. I left my soul there, down by the sea. I lost control Journey says sail water ways, cause the moon and birth of days. To those who knows all things be, sunlight garden, glory blossoms, moon tides of the sea. Wind struck in for a magic grain, we throw life to the winds like rain. For goodness sake, spare your failings and take the ability to strengthen our spirit and stimulate our minds. Blossoms of days to come. Blossoms of days to come. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, I pledge for creation's soul. Spirit finds fresh morning and the dew of precious things. Hope is a phoenix spreading wings to fly, and what we wish shall be like a breath of fresh air. Stay for secret powers and no luck can snare. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul.
There's gonna be so much cleanup.
All I need is a little time to get behind the sun and cast my weight. All I need is peace, this mind. I can celebrate. All in all, there's something to give. All in all, there's something to give. All in all, there's something to do. All in all, there's something to do. All in all, there's something to live. With you, how all I need is a little sign to get behind the sun and cast his way.
Looks a little better.
It's a place to find, and there I'll celebrate.
Yeah, okay, that's not as claustrophobic.
All in all, there's something to give. Something to give. All in all, there's something to do. Something to do. All in all, there's something to live with you. With you.
All right, it's the. I think the B and the R were going to be the hardest ones. Not just the Majuscule. Rewarding though. Okay, I think I'm gonna break at this point so that way I can get ready for the Todd show. Yay! Because I never want to miss that when I get a chance to watch it. I will be back on at 9 o'clock for music, so that should be fun. Still working on the new tracks for both Catmint and other stuff. But thanks for showing up for the art, and thanks again to you for being here as always. Much appreciated. And I'll see you over at Todd's stream, or if not, just have a great day and as we get into the weekend. So.